Welcome, welcome, welcome. Capital Invest, DMV Investment Opportunities.
Yes, sir.
I'm Reginald Riley.
It's Marcus Thomas.
To my left. Check us out here every Saturday at noon, WOL 1450 and 95.9 on Stream Live at WOLDCnews.com. Let's get a little bit of housekeeping out of the way. Text the word invest here to 38470. That's 38470. The word invest here to get plugged into everything that we do. We talked about, we had the meetup.
Yes, we did. It was
right.
Phenomenal.
If you had texted, is texted a word?
Yeah.
I mean, it is now.
If you had text invest here to 38470, you wouldn't have gotten information on that last week. So we encourage you to do that. Get plugged in. We have a lot of events coming up in the month of September, not just a meetup, but a free event around DC area. And also visit our website, capitalinvestllc.com, capitalinvestllc.com, to find out more information about our company. So our first segment is brought to you by DMV Insurance Agency, located in Lanham. Elmer, Carey, Kenny, Helen, the rest of the team, give them a call for your auto, home, business, life insurance needs. As far as real estate investing goes, they can help you insure your business, vacant house, landlord policy, builder's risk policy if you're in construction, GL policy if you're a general contractor, etc. Give them a call at 301-841-6264. That's 301-841-6264, or check them out at dmvinsuranceenagency.com. I always like to go over the mission. The mission of Capital Invest is to help investors right here in the DMV, help real estate investors right here in the DMV to become successful in this business, in this market. We do that by providing practical, time-sensitive, or timely education. We do that by giving you guys networking opportunities. This business is, as Marcus stated last week, all about who you learn.
Yep.
Right? So, you got to come out and network and meet people. We had our meetup.
More so, who you know.
Who you know. Who you know, who you learn, who you get to trust.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And we also provide mentorship and services throughout the deal life cycle. So when you're in this business and you're working your different deals, we can help you every step of the way. We invest here because we live here, right here in the DC area. This show is one way for us to showcase that, make ourselves available to you guys through different forms of media, answer any questions that you may have, and just as we said in the mission, help everybody be successful in real estate right here. So I wanted to give a shout out to Judy. She was a listener on the show last week. She attended the meetup this past Thursday at the Hilton Garden Inn. I was just excited to meet us, excited to start her journey in this business, and so I was very excited to see her there. Actually, when we raised hands of everybody who listened to the show, I was surprised to see how many hands went up.
It was over, probably, I'd say majority of the meetup, probably about 50-60% of the people that come.
And we had like 65, 70 people there.
Yes, sir.
So that was pretty good. Again, the meetup is the fourth Thursday of every month at the Hilton Garden Inn in Greenbelt. This month, or next month, it's going to be, I believe, September 26th.
Yes, sir.
Is the date.
But regardless of the date, they can go to meetup.com.
Yep.
And search for Capital Invest.
That's right.
Meetup, and they can register there. And those who register early, don't they get an opportunity to register for a raffle? This week.
If you RSVP, you get a raffle. This time we gave away $100. $100 cash.
Yep.
I think the winner was PJ of that raffle.
Yes, she did. Yep.
Yeah. So
and they'll be able to see on our website this week that she actually did win $100.
She did win $100.
And then a great picture with you and I.
Yeah, that's right.
That's probably worth more than $100.
The you bought or the me bought?
The collective.
Got you.
Yeah,
That's all
50
about the
and
collective.
50. I think we're worth $50 each.
I'll take that.
All right.
Probably a little more, but.
Okay.
So that's my shout out to Judy. Anybody you want to shout out from last week?
Man, everybody, man. I just enjoyed it, man. I think that it was uplifting to see the amount of people that listened in and had value. We had one gentleman come in and say he actually runs his own meeting. Mm-hmm. He came up and
talking about the wholesaler guy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And told us both that our meeting was better than his. So everybody did. Everybody that participated, everybody that joined in. I appreciate all you guys for coming. I can't wait to see you next month. I hope more people come. At the end of the day, it was standing room only.
Yep.
So I can't wait to see you next month.
Yep. So the general format of our meetup, for those of you who've never attended, we introduce our team. Everybody meet Marcus, myself, all of our back office staff. We give you a chance to introduce yourself if you're new, kind of just like church. You know, those who've been here for the first time, raise your hand. We got a little gift for you after. Anyway, and you get a chance to introduce yourself, showcase your business, let people know why you are there, and just, make that introduction to start networking. If you get there before, you get a free drink ticket to get a drink at the bar, whether it's soda or whatever it may be. Then throughout the course of the meetup, we will have an educational component. We will have a guest speaker from an industry leading expert. We've had title companies represented there, and not just any title companies, but the title companies that do like deals in DC, that know how to structure deals to make sure your settlement goes as smoothly as possible. We've had commercial lenders in there. We've had zoning attorneys and zoning officials from DC there. The list goes on and on. So we try to provide an educational component with industry leading experts. We give every investor, if you have a deal, whether it's a wholesale or a rental or something you're just trying to sell, an opportunity to showcase your deal because there are definitely cash buyers in the room. So we try and do that. I go to a ton of meetups, like all the time, and we try to pick and choose like the best thing, like from each one, to make it a part of our meetup.
Yes,
we
sir.
do a general Q&A at the end. Marcus has been in this business a long time. He has a general contractor's license. I've had my real estate license. I have my loan officer's license. Like between the two of us, we've had like every license.
Pretty much.
And have done deals from every like aspect of the deal. So I've been a part of deals from every different aspect of the deal. So we open it up for a free Q&A at the end. We say no question is taboo, and nobody has ever pushed the limits on that.
Not at all.
But we open it up like we want to be. The meetup is one of our gives to the public, where we just make ourselves available and just answer any questions that they may have.
Yes, sir.
Right. We have tons of sponsors at the meetup. We have, like you heard, DMV Insurance Agency that's sponsoring this segment. We have commercial lenders that are sponsoring. We have title companies that are sponsoring. Soon you'll hear from Carl later in the show. I'm hoping to get him as a sponsor. It's one of the reasons I invited him, by the way. Then we have, who else has been a sponsor? Oh, we got Protected Construction. As always, they sponsor the Train Home.
Yes,
Train Home Money Tip of the Week. Property management, a bunch of other things in there. So the meetup, we've been doing it for a long time, but in this iteration at the Hilton Garden Inn, it's just grown. We started it in March, I think February or March.
Yep.
And it's just been increasing incrementally, like every month. And I always say this at the beginning of the meetup, like I'm always humbled by the amount of people who would just come to increase their knowledge, who come to maybe take their business to the next level, or just see what this real estate thing is all about. So, and as always, with everything that we do, there's a Marcus moment at the end.
Indeed, that's the most impactful moment. I think, and it's not to brag. No doubt, it's not to brag. And it's because what I'm talking about is part of the influence that the people that are there give me.
Mm-hmm.
People may say, oh, you had 65 people there. It's not a lot of people, but it's 65 quality people. I can give you a room of 1,000 people, of which 950 of them mean nothing.
Right. Mean nothing to what you're talking about.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm not saying they don't mean nothing in life, but they mean
Right.
nothing as far as what you came for.
Right.
We got 65 quality people there that are there in some way, form, or fashion to invest in real estate or to make an impact on what the topic of that session was. So we have 65 people there that are really movers and shakers in this industry of what we're talking about. In our case, it's real estate investing. So it's they influence me in a host of ways, man. And all I'm able to do is take their influence and put together a message that then gives back. So, man, it is a phenomenal situation, man. For those that can come out and enhance their life and enjoy the experience, and of course, take part in a free beverage of some sort.
Always.
Hey, come on out, man. We would love to have you.
Yeah, definitely. And real estate in all its forms. I mean, we have people there that are looking to just buy a rental property and be completely hands off and keep working their day job. I mean, there's many ways that people define success in this business, and we're going to touch on that on the next segment. I'm Reggie Rowley with Marcus Thomas. We got Tierra in the studio, Abisa in the studio as always. Catch us live here every Saturday at noon. Noon to 1, WOL 1450, 95.9, and stream live, WOLDCnews.com. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Reggie Rowley, Marcus Thomas, Capital Invest, DMV Investment Opportunities. Here every Saturday at noon, WOL 1450, 95.9, or stream live at WOLDCnews.com. As always, text the word INVEST HERE to 38470 to get plugged in. Check us out at capitalinvestllc.com. Get more information on our company. We're starting to add some more stuff to it, some profile pages. We talked about taking team pictures and a bunch of other stuff. And also this week, start to check out our YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube and just go to, if you just YouTube Capital Invest, we're starting to upload a lot of our videos. We got Abisa today in here recording in the studio. And as Marcus stated in the last segment, you can also go to meetup.com and search for Capital Invest. We're really trying to make an effort to improve our social media.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yep.
And be everywhere. Our second segment is brought to you by Smart Management, full service property management in DC and Maryland. Offer all of the prescribed property management services, but one thing that really sets them apart is their in-house contractors. Therefore, the labor for repairs is already included in your monthly management fee. No nickel and dime in here. Full transparency for investors or the homeowner in their online portal. So check them out at www.smartmgmtllc.com or give them a call at 301-887-3430 for a free consultation. Excuse me, for a free consultation. Again, that's Smart Management, 301-887-3430. So in this segment, we're going to talk about success.
All right.
And what that looks like. So I jotted down a couple notes on what I feel as though success will look like.
For you as a gentrifier.
For me as a gentrifier.
Okay, I think we got to make sure that people remember.
Remember that. You got to keep that going.
Yeah,
at least to the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's indefinite.
Yeah.
You're never going to stop your
Never won't stop.
gentrification efforts. Okay.
No. So, in the short term, point blank, my goal is to have $20,000 a month coming in without getting out of my bed.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
$20,000 a month without getting out of my bed. Through rental property.
I love it.
Can be single family or multi-family.
Like multifamily money.
Multi-family
It's
money.
not just about cap rate.
It's just not, not just about cap rate. And so that's the beginning of it. So mine is like a progression. So that's $20,000 a month and then $1 million a year by the time I'm 60.
All right.
So I'm 43.
Okay.
Oh, damn. I'm 42.
Yeah,
I'll be 43.
Yeah, very soon.
I'm tripping. And then why that's successful, it's not having the money is successful, but what it enables me to do.
Okay.
People always talk about your why. It enables me to do everything I've wanted to do for my nieces and nephews, my secondary nieces and nephews, so that's my family and friends, help my mentees. And also, what success for me looks like is not just me having that, but helping like anyone who has kind of hitched their wagon to me to be making $15,000 a month passive.
Okay.
All right. So when we work a job, we got side hustles, we drive for Uber, we do whatever we need to do, but that's all just a means to an end. And I feel like the means to the end is having that passive income.
Okay.
Whether it's through business ownership, rentals, owning rentals, whatever it is.
Right.
And I think that will take care of when you get old and you gotta have that passive income because Medicare ain't gonna take care of you and et cetera, et cetera. I just think it just sets you up to be able to do a lot of things.
Okay.
But that's me.
Okay.
What's your take?
I don't think you really. As I said, it's funny, man. We've been friends for so long, man. It's kind of funny. As much as we agree on, we disagree on probably more.
Right.
Success for me, I think we've already hit it because we're able to create whatever we want every day. We already have hit success. We can decide today to do something else, and we're gonna be successful.
Like what we talked about in the parking lot.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. It just happens, and I don't know if it's a lot of people say it's passion. I think it's just effort. I really believe it's effort. I think that we are willing to put forth the maximum amount of effort in anything we do. From when you worked at Chesapeake Bay, from when I worked at Jerry Subs and Pizza, from when I worked at DC Summer Youth, from when you worked for Park and Planet. No matter what we did, we just put forth the maximum amount of effort. Our success has already been there. Now we can embrace it a little more and say, okay, now we want to extend that to others. That's why we teach. That's why we care. So I think the success is there. It's what's next. So the success. So for me, you'll hear when people talk about their whys. For me, it's the what's. Like what else? What's next? For me, it's about my kids. It's about my family. It's about achieving. Like how I admire you in marriage. How I want to take things with my girlfriend and move it to the next level. I want to be there for my kids, and I want to see my parents my parents as they get older. I want to be able to continue to do things with them and my grandmother, and then with my friends, and then my nieces and nephews and my godkids, and then with my business. I want to see that flourish. But I never think that any of those things diminish the success I've already achieved, because at any given day, we can decide, you know what, man, let's be cab drivers. No doubt.
Cab driver.
We're gonna guess what? Because we're gonna be cab drivers from one week, and the next week we're gonna decide we start a cab company. And Uber or Lyft will not have nothing on what we're doing, because it won't even be a competition for us because of what we're gonna do with our cab company.
But you can't grind this hard forever, though.
It's not about our grind, because at some point we're gonna replace ourselves, just as we have already done. So it's not so. I think that's where we've learned that at some point we have to replace who we are in each business. If you look at where we started 10 and 15 years ago and what we're doing, are we still at the same place? The answer is no.
The answer is no, but we're still going 1,000 miles an hour.
And because we're doing too much.
So we need to replace ourselves even more.
Yes, sir. So that is where I think we change a lot of things that we do. We've talked about that in the past week. I even announced that in the meetup, how I'm going to change some things so that how I can diminish some level of efforts in certain areas, so that in other areas I can take that vacation and not have to worry about what's going on in other places. So success for me is not imminent, it's already there. I think that I just now need to decrease my level of effort to really embrace the success I've already achieved.
So our partner Mike with Protective Construction, and he said something a long time ago when he was talking about this real estate agent. He was like, man, she just don't get it. Like, this is a lifestyle.
Yes, sir.
Right? And I've never forgotten that. And it's been probably like 4.5 years since I first heard that. And it is a lifestyle. Like, I enjoy the grind, though.
No doubt.
So I go on vacation. I break out my laptop for a couple hours in the day, wait for wherever I am for food to be ready, and then I go eat.
Yeah.
Hop on my laptop later. But it's not about, I don't feel like I'm sacrificing my vacation when I do stuff like that.
No.
I mean, there's so many people that we accountable to and for, that it just becomes second nature.
Right.
And so I see what you're saying. I just don't know if, like, we got to do a better job of duplicating ourselves then.
No doubt. And I think, but that comes from diminishing what that responsibility is. So we got to look at it and say, like, this big event we have going on now that people will see over time, if we wash our hands with some things, we can concentrate on others, which then empowers others to be successful.
Okay.
So we've spent so much time teaching, but not empowering. Mm-hmm. So we can teach somebody to do something, but let's empower them to be in a similar position as us, let them be successful, and then let us reap the benefit of the residual. So yeah, we may not be in the and forgive me for saying this as an example, the $1 million position, let's be in a $100,000 position. Let's let 20 other people be in a $1 million position. But if we in 20 $100,000 positions across the board, there goes that 20K a month.
Right.
But if we getting 20K a month in 10, 12 positions, we're fine.
Right. True.
So there goes your success right there. And then other people, they're loving us anyway because of how we've empowered them to be in that position. And this word I say every week, it's cyclical. We do it over and over and over again. So if we got somebody, there it is.
So Tiara, real quick, we got
Okay.
before we got head to commercial break, how do you define success?
Well, first, I define success as no longer having to check into my job every day.
Okay.
Like once that's done, then I'm winning.
Okay.
And then the ability to allow my daughters the ability to be able to go to whatever private school I want them to go to be able to travel, to be able to have my time back, to be able to outsource everything in my business that I don't want to do because I don't want to wait till I'm 60 to retire. Like I'm like on a 6-year journey.
Okay.
That I want to have an empire, and the tell it to you is an empire, and it can kind of run itself, and I can replace myself and no longer be a technician.
Okay. No longer be a technician. I
Yeah.
hear you. I'm getting the signal. Reggie Riley, Capital Invest. Marcus Thomas, Capital Invest. DMV Opportunities. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Reggie Riley, Marcus Thomas, Capital Invest, DMV Opportunities. Here every Saturday, WOL 1450 and 95.9. Streaming on WOLDCnews.com. As always, text Invest here to 38470. That's 38470. CapitalInvestLLC.com. And the YouTube channel. And the meetup page. Give you all of that. We always start segment 3 off with the where that's from. Brought to you by the guys at iFinance. Check them out at www.iFinanceteam.com for all your commercial and investment property financing needs, fix and flips, multifamily, long-term residential rentals. The guys at iFinance have you covered. Check them out at iFinanceteam.com. All right, so I'm going first.
Before you jump in the car, don't forget that you got to text us. You got to text Invest here.
Text Invest here to 38470.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, to get plugged into everything that we got coming up, especially in September. September's probably going to be our biggest month.
Yeah, we just got to get real busy, man.
Yep, so Invest here to 38470. So the way that's from, we've gotten a lot of positive feedback on that. That's just something me and Marcus like to do throughout the day in the office. So I'm going to go first. I got 2 clips from the same movie, so hopefully you can get it. So Steve, let it roll.
I talked to Vargas and Root Reyes. They said I think down for whatever.
Lay down for whatever.
All right, that's clip 1. Clip 2 is...
Okay, thank you. Poison Lady says we gotta keep him cool. Otherwise, he burn up, he can get brain damage.
We're bunnies. We hate cops.
So if you know where that's from, text the answers to 38470. That's 38470. You didn't know where mine was coming from.
I didn't.
A couple
You ever
of
just
red
rub
sodas.
You ever just rubbed your leather?
So concluding like the last segment. So if you are with us and you think real estate could be your investment vehicle to whatever you define as success, definitely again text Invest here to 38470. But please understand that no guru, no mentor, no partner can define what success looks like for you. However, if you think it's hard work in real estate that'll get you there, look no further. Your gurus are right here. And I don't mean us, as in like us right here in the studio, me and Marcus. I mean us, as in the collective us that we always talk about.
Yes,
and
sir.
to illustrate that point, I have brought one of the collective us here into the studio. Let's welcome Carl Felton.
My man
A little
Carl.
round of
Yes, sir.
little round of applause for being here. Carl is with Mortgage Experts located in Largo. Let me tell you a little bit about Carl, and then we'll bring him on. We had a deal on Montello. I don't know if you knew this. We had a deal on Montello that one of our mentees was selling. The buyer fell through, their financing fell through.
Okay.
And then somehow they reached out to Carl, or maybe Carl was persistent with them, and they called Carl in a pinch, and Carl got the deal done. He like saved that deal.
All right.
Carl, I think we had a couple of interactions during that deal. And then Carl would call me every now and then and say, Reggie, man, I want to get on your schedule. And I'd be like, all right. So I put him on the schedule, then the time would come, my alarm would go off, telling me I'm supposed to be in Largo, and I'd be like, oh man, we busy. Like, people don't believe we busy.
Yeah, they don't.
Right?
Right.
There's busy and there's fake busy. And we always are like busy.
Real busy.
Right? So, Carl was real polite with it. He called me every so often. We rescheduled. He would always say no problem. And then it was a Saturday. I was in a pinch, and Kelly needed to get an offer out, and we needed a pre-approval letter. Okay. And I called Carl, and he was on like a bus trip somewhere.
It was a Sunday.
It was a Sunday.
Wow.
Oh, my bad. A
Wow.
Sunday.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Wow.
In Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, enjoying that sun, that Florida sun.
Yep. So I was like, I gave Carl the background on the buyer. Was that my brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my brother. So I feel like Carl knew I wasn't blowing smoke when I said he was qualified and this is his profile and etc. So Carl stopped what he had his laptop. He stopped what he was doing. He got me a letter, and I think that's the house my brother won.
Yeah,
right?
right.
It is, right?
Yep.
So they supposed to go to closing like a week. Chris
Wow.
buying a house in Bowie.
Wow.
So,
Primary.
so yeah. Say what?
Primary residence.
Primary resident.
Okay.
But the one he leaving, he gonna rent out.
Okay.
The one in College Park. So, yeah. I mean, you just never know where business is gonna come from. Carl was top of mind because he had stayed in front of me, calling me.
Yep.
Because me and Kelly were scratching our heads we can't submit this offer with no letter.
Right.
So, but Carl got it done. So I wanted to take an opportunity. He's now working on loans for a couple other people that we both know. He's working on a loan for my sister. He's working on a loan for my brother-in-law. So I definitely wanted to bring him on the show to showcase how he can help the average person, anybody, buy a property. You may live in it. You may turn it into an investment property. So, Carl, you can take it away, man. Just tell us a little bit about yourself and the company you work for, Mortgage Experts.
Fantastic. Thanks for having me on board.
No problem.
Reggie and Marcus. I'm a third-generation Washingtonian.
All right.
Not a whole lot of us around. Married with 2 adult children and 1 grandson. Graduate of Hampton University.
Is that the real HU?
I was going to ask the same question. You got to be real careful in this one, Carl.
Let me slide in that I graduated from Hampton Institute.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, majored in finance. So I've been involved in finance really all my adult life. Currently, I work with Mortgage Experts. I've been in the mortgage business since 1995.
Okay, so you've been through 2 downturns.
Yeah, I've been through 2 downturns. When I first got into the mortgage business, interest rates, a good rate was 8%.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, so, us being able to enjoy rates in the 3s and the 4s is just tremendous.
Do you ever find yourself thinking sometimes people just don't know? They take it for
exactly.
granted, right? They think
People
this is what
take
the rate's supposed to be.
Yep.
I bought my first primary residence. My rate was 8.5 on a 5-year home. And I had a 780 at the
Wow.
time in 2000. I just didn't know.
It's amazing. When I bought my primary residence at the time, an FHA loan, the going rate, my first rate was 11.5.
Wow.
So it used to be that if rates are high, prices are low.
Right.
And so and then conversely, if rates are low, prices are high and they're rising. But right now, we got a sweet spot. We have a sweet spot because rates are low and prices are decent.
Right.
I am starting to notice, and y'all probably notice this too, a certain kind of uptick of kind of a little bit more bidding going on for properties.
Oh, for sure.
At a certain price point. But overall, prices are moderate, but rates are low, and rates have been low for a very long time. So it's a great time to buy now.
Yes,
sir.
We agree. What types of, do you have any products that would be specific to, people looking to get into real estate that may be renting right now?
We got some great programs at Mortgage Experts. We got a lot of 100% financing programs. That means no down payment. That whether it's an FHA loan or conventional, you can get 100% financing. Sometimes that's through a grant, or it could be through a second a second mortgage, whether it's a silent second, meaning that there's no payments on it.
Right.
Especially as long as you have it for at least 3 years and don't refinance.
Okay.
Some seconds do require a small payment. And also there's 100% financing through a VA loan and also through USDA.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You can actually get a USDA loan and still buy a property in Prince George's County.
Yep.
Just depends on where it's located.
Cruise, Brandywine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And some tips of Upper Marlboro.
Mm-hmm.
We've got even a 2% grant all the way down to a credit score of a 580.
Wow.
So do you help people get the grant, or is that something they need to go do?
That's
on their
all a
own?
part. That's all a one-stop shop. So it's all a part of the loan itself.
Cool.
Yeah. So I take care of that. So we've got programs for your owner-occupied residents, but also self-employed. A lot of times with self-employed persons, they write off a lot on their taxes.
Yep.
And we go by your bottom line, by your net income. Sometimes the net income may show zero, or it may show a negative number. But we can do a self-employed loan just using their bank statements.
Wow. And Carl, it's funny, I was just telling Reggie about that just a few weeks ago. We heard about this bank statement loan and totally blew my mind. I told Reggie, he's like, no way. And then we looked it up and it was like amazing. Can you give us just a little bit of detail, just real quick? So what does that mean? Let's say I'm self-employed, I make $10,000 a month in deposits.
Right.
How much would I qualify for? We got a quick minute. You can explain
Sure.
that.
I had that exact situation happen. I actually closed bank statement loans. And what happens is you have your business bank statements, you also have personal. And we have different programs. Some would take all of your business, some would take personal. Some would take maybe half of your deposits, and some would take a lot more. So we take and average out all 12 months of your income. And divide that by 12, that becomes a monthly figure. And that figure becomes the income that we document.
Regardless of withdrawals.
Regardless of withdrawals.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about any bounce checks, insufficient funds, things of that nature?
You don't want to have them.
Yeah, we rather not see that. So then it depends on which investor that we use with that may be a little bit more liberal.
Okay. Let's take a quick minute and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Reggie Riley, Marcus Thomas, Capital Invest, DMV Investment Opportunities. Here, noon, every Saturday, WOL 1450, 95.9, WOLDCnews.com for your streaming. So just to finish, we have Carl Felton in the studio, loan officer with Mortgage Experts, right in Largo, you're off Basil Court?
Mercantile Lane.
So we had touched on some programs that we had, but now I wanted to ask you, Carl, what are some programs that you have, or what would you recommend for maybe a first-time home buyer, but somebody who also ultimately wants to be like an investor?
Yeah, I was thinking on the way over here this morning, there is an awesome way to get rental income, but yet you're in an owner-occupied property. And the way you do that is, if you buy a 4-unit building with an FHA loan and you stay in one of the units, that's considered a primary residence and an owner-occupied loan. And yet you've got a 4-unit building, and you have 3 other persons that's paying rent.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Isn't that awesome?
Yes.
That's phenomenal.
Same guidelines, same regular FHA loan, but now you've got 3 renters.
Yeah, and if it's in the right neighborhood with the right rent, they might be paying the whole mortgage.
That's exactly right.
So when you're going through the qualification process with that, will they take into account the rental money you may be getting to help you qualify as income?
Exactly. That's right.
Oh, that's perfect.
Wow.
Now that I did not know.
Yeah, that is crazy. I thought that you had to qualify based
For the
on
whole
your own
payment.
income.
Yeah, I thought you did too.
Wow.
Man, that's great, man. Give your information for them one more time, Carl, so that.
Sure. My cell number is 301-792-8799. Our office, Mortgage Experts, 1401 Mercantile Lane, Suite 221 in Largo, Maryland.
Okay.
And
You
email
got a
address.
website or email address?
Yes, email address, cfelton, that's F like Frank, Felton, cfelton at usamortgageexperts.com. And you can apply online going straight to my website or my link, which is approvemecarl.com.
Nice and simple.
Oh, there you go.
Nice and simple. Prove
ApproveMeCarl.com.
me, Carl.
All right, Carl, thank you for coming in.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Good seeing you, Reggie. Good
man.
seeing you, Marcus.
Yes,
No
sir.
problem, no problem. All right, we're gonna head into our fourth segment. Definitely give Carl a shout. ApproveMeCarl.com. That's ApproveMeCarl.com. Like I stated earlier, he's working on 4 loans for my family and friends currently. So he's a great guy, very responsible, and that's an attribute in a loan officer you don't find often. Would you agree?
Definitely, man. Carl's a great guy.
Yeah.
Definitely been a huge asset to the team and definitely to the listeners out there.
That's right.
Carl will approve you.
Carl will approve. He's part of the collective us,
Yes, sir.
right?
Definitely a guru. All right.
So, for this fourth segment again, want to give you guys some quick tips. I'm going to start off with Tiara Taylor. All I can say about this young lady is that she is on fire.
Well, who is Tiara?
Who is Tiara?
Who is Tiara Taylor?
I think she can answer that better than I.
Okay, Tiara. Who is Tiara Taylor? How did you get here? Real quick elevator pitch. 30 seconds. Who is Tiara Taylor? Lord.
Tiara.
I don't know who she is.
Tara.
Who is Tiara Taylor?
Tiara Taylor's a boss.
Okay.
Boss.
I make boss moves.
All right.
I implement immediately.
And the mic.
I'm a positive force. I'm a transformational specialist. Any room that I enter, I change the atmosphere. And so that's why I was dubbed the Demolition Diva.
Okay.
Because demolition means, you changing stuff.
Okay.
Out with the old and with the new.
Out with the old, in with the new.
How did you get here?
Upgrade us. I got here like here.
How did you get to this point?
I got to this point in my life because I was tired of being fed. I was tired of being tired.
Okay.
Sick and tired of being
I was
sick
sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was tired of struggling, and I worked so hard, and I was not able to see the fruits of my labor.
Okay.
So I had to do something different.
All right.
All right. So, when I was saying that you're definitely on fire, I had the idea that we should give you some theme music.
Okay.
Like some Alicia Keys, This Girl Is on Fire.
Oh, you came up with that idea? Oh, I didn't tell you that. You came up with it. Okay.
I came up with it and I was thinking about it, and
Okay.
you just happened to say it before I could say it. No, I'm
Got
joking.
it.
That's a good idea. So she's always present at all of our events. Extremely motivational. She's her own brand, right? She has her own style and she is moving. So we have our weekly segment, the
Okay.
Tailor to You Tip of the Week.
Yes, sir.
Let it rip.
Let it rip. All right. So first, in case you didn't catch it, I am the Demolition Diva Tiara Taylor, owner of Tailor to You Homes. And last week, my tip was that you learn 2 ways: mentors or mistakes. They both cost money, but you have to decide whether or not you want to pay up front to get a mentor and be able to kind of shadow them, learn from all of their mistakes, or if you're going to be that person that's like, oh, I don't want to pay nobody no money, I can do it myself, I can Google it, then you will still pay. You'll just pay through all of the mistakes and things because there is a learning curve in the real estate industry and especially in the DMV area. Okay? So my tip for today is make yourself an asset. In everything that you do, you want to make yourself valuable. When I looked up the definition of an asset is something that, or when you think about in real estate, it's a property owned by a person or company regarded as having value and available to meet the debts, commitment, or legacies. So what I want everyone to do is to think about themselves and see, are you useful? Are you valuable? When you ask for a mentor, are you going in there, are you sucking your mentor dry? Or are you adding some type of value to their life? So
Okay.
I have several different mentors, you two being 2 of them. I have mentors in every aspect of my life, and I always want to put myself in a position to be that person that they feel like it's worth their time. Because one of the things I learned from Marcus was, just because people want to be mentored by you doesn't mean that you need to mentor them. Because he always tells me, like, Tiara, you can always make more money, but you can't make more time.
Yes, ma'am.
So I have to be very selective with who I choose to mentor, and I have to be and I want you to be very selective of what you do when you're asking for a mentor. What is your follow through? Are you asking someone to be your mentor, but you're not sitting in a position of wanting to learn from them? When they tell you to do something, are you kind of giving them pushback? Are you analyzing every move? Are you like, oh, I don't think you should do X, Y, Z? So I think that it is very important that you become an asset to everything in any relationship you have in life, not just in the real estate industry. And to add to that, when you think about coaches and mentors, everybody has them. Like all of the greats, like Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Venus and Serena, like anybody who's anybody has some type of coach and mentor that poured into them. So don't think that you're above going out and getting that type of mentorship that you need. And so we have a mentoring program coming up, right? And I think that it would definitely be a benefit for anybody who wants to be in the real estate industry, because I have sat under you all, and I think I've done a great job of implementing what you all have taught me.
Yep.
And so anybody and everybody who asks me how I get in, I always plug in that I was a part of Capital Invest, and I sit under Marcus and Reggie, and I think that it is an amazing program. They're amazing guys that's in this industry, and you should learn from them because they're from here, right? So
we invest here because we live here.
Yeah.
So to take advantage of everything Tierra just mentioned, please text the word invest here to 38470. That's 38470. Tierra, as always, thanks for being here.
Yay.
I'm Reggie Riley.
It's Marcus Thomas.
Capital Invest DMV Investment Opportunities. Catch you here next Saturday at 12 noon, WOL 1450 and 95.9.